Welcome back. Breaking news this morning from my exclusive interview with President Trump, as Iran's supreme leader is responding to President Trump's remarks that he sent a letter to the Ayatollah asking to negotiate Iran's nuclear ambitions. The president telling me there are two ways to deal with Iran: militarily or a deal, and he would prefer a deal. But in a post on X, the Iranian supreme leader writes this: the insistence on some bullying governments on negotiations is not aimed at resolving issues, but rather at asserting dominance and imposing their demands. The Islamic Republic of Iran will certainly not accept their demands. Responding to President Trump in my interview. Joining me now with reaction is the former Deputy National Security Advisor and Vice President of the Heritage Foundation, Victoria Coates. Victoria, thanks very much for weighing in here. Your reaction to what we're hearing out of Iran?
Well, it's not really a surprise. I think the president's very sincere in offering negotiations. He did in his first term as well. And I think what he's offering here is a path to peace and not a conflict. Now, he has also said very clearly Iran will not get a nuclear weapon on his watch, and he's clear there are two options here. He would like to take the path of diplomacy, but the military option is on the table.
Yeah, I mean, he said there are only two ways, militarily or a deal, but it doesn't look like the supreme leader is reacting well. The people are with Trump.
No, they are. And I think, there is an opportunity. He spoke very highly of the Iranian people in the interview. I think that's very important, that he's not angry with them. He's angry with the leadership. And I think that he is, as I said, sincere in this, but he's also going to be very tough with them.
Yeah.
And right now, they're still fat and happy from all the money they got under Biden. But he's put maximum pressure back on. So as we build leverage over Iran, then maybe a deal can be had.
Yeah.
Right now, he's got to get them into the mood to negotiate.
I'll tell you, President Trump came into office with a much more dangerous world than just 4 years ago. China also on the march. And this week, the foreign minister of China, in regard to President Trump's tariffs, said China is ready. We're ready for a tariff war, a trade war, or any kind of war. Was that a veiled threat?
Oh, I think it was, but the good news is I think we can threaten them right back. They've got some systemic problems, demographic problems they can't solve. And the actions President Trump has taken in energy to bolster our economy, that's what's going to make us strong enough that we can say right back to them, bring it on, that we think we're in a stronger position due to the policies he is enacting right now. And also what he said about the military, that he's not going to cut military spending, that he knows they're in a big buildup, and he's going to match that.
I mean, you made the point to me when we spoke earlier that this group of Iran, North Korea, China, Russia is now much more intertwined than they had been before in President Trump's first term.
Yes, that all happened under President Biden when no one was minding the store, and everyone criticizes President Trump for talking to the leaders of these countries, but he kept them separate. He kept them in their boxes. Now they're their own acronym. We call them CRINC: China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and they're increasingly and brazenly colluding. And I think that's a new challenge, very different from what we had in 2017, that we're going to have to try to disaggregate and weaken.
President Trump made a great point about Russia. He has been tough on Russia, canceling the pipeline there. Do you expect Ukraine to come back to the table to do that minerals deal?
Oh, I think they will. And I think it's an excellent deal for both Ukraine and the United States, and a bad deal for Russia. And it's another thing that's tough on Russia. But Maria, Russia is the world's largest nuclear power. That is something we have. That's a fact. Putin is the head of Russia. That's a fact. And that's what President Trump is dealing with in a very, I think, straightforward way. Yeah. But that's the reality.
Yeah, it sure is. Victoria, it's great to get your insights on all of this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.